So now that we've got our deck and trucks all set up, we need to bring in the wheels and bearings. And so rather than talk through all of these steps, I'm just going to go over and go ahead and do it. So we can see I've got my skateboard here. And I don't have any wheels and bearings yet, so I need to insert a wheel and bearing set. And I can drop it wherever I want. I'll put it right there. Now you'll notice that my wheel still has its bearing in there, but if I grab the wheel and move it around, the bearing stays where it was. And that's because these two are not mated. And the other thing to know is that skateboard wheels have two bearings in each wheel. So we need a bearing for this side and we need a bearing for this side. So what we're going to do is come over here and expand this menu and just bring in another bearing. So we've got a bearing for each side of our skateboard wheel. Now the mating for these is kind of tricky because we want the green to be showing outside, so we need this one to be flipped around. And I'll show you how we're going to go about doing that. So basically, we're going to click, oops, I'm going to try to be zoomed into the right spot here. So we're going to do mate, and we're going to click this surface in here, not the hole, but the surface. And then we're going to rotate this around, and we want it to be mated with this surface. And so let's go check and see how that looks. That looks correct. Now with the other one, same thing, except we've got to get this to spin around. So we want this surface to be mated with this surface. And I actually need to click my little checkbox to say I'm done with that one. And then I'm going to mate a separate one now. So this surface mated with this surface. Again, not the hole. And you'll see it looks like it's trying to punch through it. And that's because we need to spin it around. And we use this arrow here to flip it around. And okay. That ended up working after I clicked the checkbox. It didn't look like it was going to work before then. But again, I'll run through that process one more time. That is a little bit of a bear. So I'm going to undo those and do it once more just for the purpose of the video. So we see that we need to mate these two bearings in this wheel. We need the bearing to mate to that surface. And it's the inside of the bearing surface that needs to mate to it. So that looks good. The crazy thing that happens is when we do it, we say, okay, that one's good. Then we do it on this side, this surface with this surface. It pops the other one out for some reason. I don't know why. And it's still backwards, so we do need to remember to flip it around so that the green will be facing out. And this looks completely wrong. But watch what happens when we check the checkbox. They both pop into where they're supposed to be. And everything is good.